Mixed martial arts has always been the brutal and bloody sport that we see today. Two opponents, hardwired with the will to destroy, go at each other for a set number of rounds until one is knocked out, taps out, or a winner is decided by the judges. One of the most famous fighters of the last decade is a certain Irishman. You might know him from his over-the-top personality or his famous billionaire strut. We're of course talking about Conor McGregor. The former UFC champion is known all over the world for his quick fighting style that has earned him big paydays down the years. Anyway, let's dive into the video. How rich is Conor McGregor? But before we do that, we would really like it if you could click the like button to support the channel. Remember, we make these videos for free for your entertainment, and that is all we ask for in support. Hit the subscribe button while you are there too. All set? Let's look at how rich the Irishman is and how he earned his wealth. Conor McGregor was born on 14th July 1988 in Dublin, Ireland, and stayed there for the majority of his childhood. As a child, he had a special interest in sports, but surprisingly, his first love wasn't mixed martial arts. Instead, McGregor developed a passion for football and even played for Lourdes Celtic Football Club in his youth. McGregor started boxing because he was bullied at school. He started training at a local boxing club to defend himself. McGregor is living his best life as he drowns in the wealth he's earned over the years, but there was a time in his life when he was more at risk of dying by frostbite rather than in the octagon. McGregor was born to Tony and Margaret McGregor. His father worked as a mechanic's apprentice and struggled to meet ends. The notorious Conor McGregor himself worked as a plumber when he was 17, despite hating every bit of it. His coach, John Kavanagh, even said that McGregor earned less than $2,000 a year. Conor McGregor is a living example of rags to riches, and in this video, we'll tell you how he finally reached the top of the money mountain. MMA and boxing. It goes without saying that the greatest Irish boxer of all time earns most of his wealth from the sport he loves so much. And it all started in 2007, McGregor's amateur MMA debut. McGregor took on Kieran Campbell in the Irish Ring of Truth promotion match and won by TKO in the first round. After the fighting, McGregor realized this is what he wants to do and decided to go pro. He was signed by the Irish Ring of Truth and started training under the famous John Kavanagh. Conor McGregor finally got his shot at a professional MMA fight in 2008 when he took on Gary Morris in the lightweight category, a fight he won in the second round. Following his first professional victory, McGregor often switched between lightweight and featherweight categories and fought a number of opponents. He even thought about leaving the sport at one time but was convinced otherwise with the help of his mother and coach. That decision soon paid off as McGregor went on an 8-win streak. During the streak, he won the Cage Warriors lightweight and featherweight championships. He was the first European professional to hold 2 championships in different weight categories together. Conor McGregor became a force to be reckoned with but earned only $150 from each fight. But this hard work eventually paid off. In 2013, Dana White, the president of UFC, traveled to Ireland where many people requested him to sign McGregor. While obliged, and after a meeting with McGregor, handed him his UFC contract. McGregor made his debut inside the octagon in February 2013. His first opponent was Marcus Brimage, who he knocked out in the very first round. This fight guaranteed McGregor $16,000, but he earned $60,000 more because of the knockout. This was his first major paycheck, with many more soon to follow. Conor McGregor fought tooth and nail, sometimes literally, to reach the top of the UFC rankings and earn a shot at the championship. And in 2015, he finally got his chance. The undisputed UFC featherweight championship was on the line when McGregor was scheduled to face Jose Aldo. However, a rib injury caused Aldo to pull out of the fight. He was replaced by Chad Mendes, who McGregor defeated to become interim featherweight champion. When his match with Aldo finally went through, McGregor knocked him out within 13 seconds. That's the record fastest knockout in UFC history. And what's better than a championship? The $600,000 McGregor pocketed from the win. The Conor McGregor name kept rising, and by 2016, he started earning $3 million from each fight. But that wasn't enough for the Irishman, and he decided to take it a step further. In September 2016, McGregor faced off against Eddie Alvarez for the UFC Lightweight Championship and, unsurprisingly, won the fight in the second round. He became the first fighter in UFC history to hold 2 belts in different weight divisions, and as a bonus, he earned $7 million from the win. But McGregor's biggest payday came in 2017. He decided to take up boxing for a change as he took time off from the octagon to wait for the birth of his son. His opponent was Floyd Mayweather, and the two boxers took part in the money fight, which is often called one of the biggest fights in history. McGregor lost the fight but still managed to pocket $100,000. Not bad for a debutante. When McGregor returned to UFC in 2018, it was to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. McGregor once again lost by tapping out in the 4th round, but still took home $50 million. Sometimes defeats just pay off. Proper number 12. In 2017, after the Mayweather fight, Conor McGregor announced that he was going to launch his own brand of liquor. Not the usual business venture athletes take part in, but we can all agree there's nothing usual about McGregor. A year later, he launched Proper Number 12 Irish whiskey. The brand took the markets by storm and in just the first year generated $1 billion in sales. McGregor also had UFC and Proper Number 12 as a sponsor for all the cards he fights on. In 2021, Conor McGregor sold majority stakes to Proximo Spirits for $600 million. Endorsements. Being one of the most famous athletes on the planet, you can be sure McGregor gets paid $1 or $2 through endorsements. He has sponsorships with Burger King, Beats by Dre, and Monster Energy drinks, and was reportedly paid $14 million in endorsements in past years. His partnership with Reebok earns him $5 million each year. Before we move on with the video, we'd like to know, do you think Conor McGregor is the greatest MMA fighter of all time? And do you think he'll soon become the highest paid athlete in the world? Let us know your opinions in the comments below. When you have a pile of cash lying around like McGregor, you spend it however you like. Personal expenses. As one of the highest paid athletes in the world, it's only fitting that the notorious Conor McGregor spends on whatever makes him happy, and what makes him happy is a $2 million mansion in Ireland that he calls the Mac Mansion. The house has 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, a gym, and an entire fleet of luxurious cars. He also has a $1.3 million mansion in Marbella, Spain, which is just a few houses away from another famous athlete, Cristiano Ronaldo. The most expensive car in his collection is a Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead Coupe, which costs over $300,000. He also has a $200,000 Lamborghini Huracan and a $150,000 BMW i8. And if he doesn't feel like traveling on land, he can just hop onto his yacht and go places by sea. McGregor has 2 yachts, one of which costs $3.4 million. And if all else fails, he has a private jet that he loves traveling in with friends and family. If you've spent millions on cars, you're surely going to spend on what you wear while driving them, right? McGregor agrees and spends thousands of dollars on his attire. He loves Gucci and has posted his shoes and socks on social media along with a $2,000 sweater to match. He also makes sure his wrists is never empty and has been spotted wearing luxurious watches, some of which cost around $100,000. McGregor is also a family fan and has spent much of his fortune on his loved ones as well. He paid off his parents' mortgage and bought his son custom arcade games, which can cost around $1,150 each. Net worth, the question of the hour. What is Conor McGregor's net worth? The Irishman is reportedly worth $200 million and hopes to join the Billionaires Club before the age of 35. And with that, we have reached the end of our video on how rich Conor McGregor is. The Irishman has surely earned the nickname The Notorious, as he's entertained millions across the globe for years. If you've watched till the end, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications. If you liked this video, check out this next one, and we will catch you all next time.